It's funny, the thing about life insurance is most people understand the impact that the stock market and the economy has had on 401ks and investment accounts and their home value. But life insurance many times is impacted exactly the same way. And the average consumer doesn't understand that their policy can go up, it can go down, and in some instances it can actually go away. So all these economic things that have happened that the public understands, they don't understand, hey, I should pull my life insurance off the shelf and maybe take a look at that. It's not a clever way to sell insurance. This is truly something we have a passion for because there are so many people. My parents had a life insurance policy years ago that lapsed, and it devastated their entire plan for the future because now that policy that they thought would certainly be there to help, their kids pay for even something as simple as burial and funeral, which is morbid to talk about, but it's reality. All of that was gone. And I'll never forget my parents talking to me about the one thing they knew is their kids would never have to pay for their funeral because they had this policy. And one day they woke up before I was in this industry and learned that that wasn't true. And we have a passion for the consumer because they deserve the service. And we truly believe advisors aren't doing their full job if they don't bring up this topic and execute this evaluation. So what performance evaluation is, it's a process that will allow any advisor, regardless of whether or not they actually sold the client life insurance, to comprehensively evaluate that policy and ensure that it's doing exactly what that customer wants it to do. Unfortunately, 60% of the time, it's not. Most advisors don't have the insurance expertise to evaluate those policies. So performance evaluation is our process to offload all that work from the actual advisor. And we will do the comprehensive evaluation, objective evaluation of all their clients' policies to make sure the policy is doing exactly what the customer needs it to do. There's not a policy out there that could save them a lot of money. And most importantly, when the client needs that policy, it's going to be there for them. Essentially, we rely on the advisor to explain to their client, here's why you might want to have your policies evaluated. But the very simplest way to do it is to say, do you own life insurance? And if the answer is yes, when is the last time you had it evaluated? So step one, communicate the value to your client. After that, those advisors send all that information to us, and we're going to do all the rest. So step one, advisors communicate the value. Step two, we're going to take over and call the companies and get all the necessary information. 3, analyze the policy. And 4, prepare the report. And the final thing we ask advisors is ensure that's presented to the client. Don't go through all the work and uncover a problem and then not have the confidence to talk to the client. So if they need us to, we'll be there with them. We'll be a conference call, we'll call into that meeting and really walk the client through the report so they can make an educated decision. There are a lot of different outcomes that can happen because of a performance evaluation. We think, oddly enough, the best option is that we confirm the policy that they've paid on for years is perfect. The problem is that only happens about 30 to 40% of the time. About 60 to 70% of the time, there are things that we need the client to really take a look at. The great thing about what it does for a financial advisor, a wealth manager, an investment rep, life insurance, health insurance, P&C, what it does for these people, everybody wants to be more to their customers. They want to deepen the relationship, and all the studies show the way to do that is to provide multiple services to one client. This allows them an absolutely turnkey way to do that. I talked to you about my parents' policy. If somebody would have simply evaluated that policy for them, they would have uncovered the problem early, put my parents in a great position, and probably made about $15,000. That's the definition of a win-win. We wanted to eliminate every possible roadblock that would exist for an advisor, regardless of what their expertise is, to offer the service to their clients, because at the end of the day, these people deserve it. This is a no-brainer. It's the right thing to do for the customer. It's completely needed. It's easy to explain, and about 60% of the time, it turns into significant revenue for the advisor. I sit all day long and we talk to advisors individually about this process, and they say, absolutely, I have the clients for this. This is a great process and I totally see the value. And then 72 hours goes by and we don't see the evaluations happen. And so what we ask advisors to do is look, if you have the client base or you have the market, the CPAs or attorneys that have the clients, call us, let us sit down, we'll do a one-to-one consultation, and we'll really analyze what is the opportunity in your practice to implement this process. And we'll walk out of that meeting with an actionable plan, and we'll help you be accountable. We help advisors through that. We'll coach them through the process. So best next step would be contact us right away, and we'll help you through everything.